Hello friends, I'm George, the nice smelling gentleman. Today's video is going to be about a fragrance from the house of Afnan that has seen quite a bit of hype up recently in the community, and that fragrance is called the Ornament per Homme. The reason why I got this fragrance was because some reviewers out there plus some users over on Fragrantica have compared this fragrance to one of my all-time favorite winter scents, and that's the Stronger With You Absolutely from the House of Armani. So that got me curious, and I wanted to test out the Ornament per Homme, and that's probably the reason why you're watching this video as well. So let's start this review by taking a look at the packaging. It comes in this quite simple looking black box. On the top, you got the sign of Afnan. On the front, you got the Ornament per Homme along with the bottle size, 100 milliliters, the concentration, EDP in this case. On the back, some additional information. On the bottom, again, some legal information. The production date is stamped with black ink over the black box, so unfortunately, I cannot read out the actual production date. And on one of the sides, you get this sticker of authenticity. You open up the box like this, sort of reminiscent to a Zippo lighter, and this is how the bottle looks. It has a very interesting shape to it. In fact, if I turn it upside down, it looks like a staircase or something like that. Again, you have the Ornament per Homme on the front. The cap is made out of plastic, feels very cheap, and unfortunately doesn't fit very snugly into place. As you can see, the bottle can be dropped if you pick up the bottle to the cap itself. The note breakdown of the Ornament per Homme, as per Fragrantica, reads the following. The top notes are apple, cardamom, nutmeg, and clove. The middle notes are saffron, geranium, and pepper. And the base notes are amber, sandalwood, cedar, and patchouli. I'll show you the spray in action, and then I'll tell you what I can pick up from this fragrance note-wise. The sprayer is quite nice, puts a good amount of juice, and the area that it sprays is quite wide, as you saw. So in the opening of this fragrance, there's definitely that apple note, and also there's definitely the cardamom in there as well. It's quite a sweet opening. The nutmeg is there as well. The apple doesn't feel very sweet. It's more of a sort of a green, fresh type of an apple note in here, along with a bit of spiciness from the cardamom and a bit of sweetness from that nutmeg note. Now on my right hand, I have the dry down of this fragrance. On the dry down, this fragrance becomes a little bit sweeter compared to the opening. Then you're introduced to that amber note that adds some more sweetness to the fragrance, along with that woody notes, the sandalwood and the cedar. So all in all, the opening is fruity, slightly fresh, slightly spicy, and the dry down is a sort of a sweet ambery woody type of a scent on the deep dry down. So next, let's answer the main question of this video. Is this really a fragrance that's close to Stronger With You Absolutely, or is this a viable alternative to Stronger With You Absolutely? Now, unfortunately, I don't think so. I have no idea why people have compared this to Stronger With You Absolutely, but the only vibes of Stronger With You Absolutely that I actually pick up from the Ornament per Homme are on the deep dry down. And I would say even there, the sort of the similarities between Stronger With You Absolutely and Ornament per Homme are no more than like 15 to 20%. You really have to stretch your imagination a little bit in order to find some similarities between those two fragrances. Now, what I think this is close to is actually a fragrance from the House of Azzaro, and that's Azzaro The Most Wanted. It's because of that apple and cardamom mix in the Ornament per Homme. That's sort of quite reminiscent to what you find in Azzaro's Most Wanted. Now, performance-wise, the Ornament per Homme from the House of Afnan is a fragrance that again sort of was a bit disappointing for me. Now, some people have reported this to be a very strong long-lasting fragrance, but in my experience, at least so far, this has been like slightly above average. I've given this like 4 or 5 wears already, and I've consistently gotten about 7 hours of performance out of this fragrance. Projection again isn't like very strong, it's more on the moderate side, and it sort of projects nicely for about an hour and a half. Versatility wise, this is a quite a versatile fragrance because it's not overly sweet, it's not too spicy, not too fresh. This can be worn pretty much all year round, maybe except with the most hottest months of the year, like in the midst of summer. But other than that, this can be used pretty much in all other seasons, day or night, no problem. Although I think this is more of a nighttime scent than a daytime scent. Price wise, this usually goes for roughly about $35, which I think is a sort of an alright price tag for what you get in return with the ornament per ohm from the house of Afnan. And at the end, my final thoughts and my opinion on the ornament per ohm from the house of Afnan. Now, I got this fragrance because it was compared to Stronger With You Absolutely, and I was disappointed. So if you're looking for a clone of Stronger With You Absolutely, or a fragrance that can be sort of an alternative to Stronger With You Absolutely, then I think you need to look somewhere else. Now, what this fragrance is actually is a fragrance that's quite similar to Zaro's Most Wanted. It's quite a versatile, little fruity, ambery, slightly spicy, slightly woody scent with a slightly above average performance projection, slightly above average again. Quite versatile factor that can be used almost all year round with a sort of a okay price tag somewhere between $30 to $35. So guys, this was my review of the ornament per ohm from the house of Afnan. I hope that you found this video interesting or informative. If you did, give it a like. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my future videos. Stay safe, and I hope I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye bye.